Heather's struggling with the pronunciation there. No excuses. She's been reffing the Chileshe boys for a very long period of time. But there you go. The main event, and TEMWA's looking strong and focused. He's got his mum here tonight, so a little bit more incentive for him to put out a good performance. I think Joel's thinking that one's out. This is the ideal match for me because I normally have to coach these dudes between games, and because they're playing each other, I get the day off, which is rather cool. And I also get to share the secret sauce with people that are watching, and they can find out a little bit about these guys and what we try and do. So we're playing a lead on that line, and that's fair enough. The ironic smile on TEMWA's face. Don't be fooled, folks. He's a lovely guy, but he's very strong-minded.
So he just came up to me and was like, "Oh, Joel wants you to coach me." Sure,
good luck with that, Julie Knott. Yeah. First point on the board for Joel. Tim makes the mistake. 2 love. Yeah, so going back to ranting as I was before, there's certain things I'm looking for here. Both guys are working on different things, and I want to see TEMWA stick to his game plan. He played 2 awesome sets last night against Elijah, and then he fell off a horse and played 2 unstructured in the 3rd game. Got away with it, good on him. But so really looking for him to recapture the control and the choices that he had. A bit of a soft stroke there. That's a nice shot. So obviously these guys, they live together, they train together, and now they're competing against each other. So they kind of know each other's games pretty well. What I found quite amusing today was that Joel was like, "Oh, I'm not sure how to play him," and I had to laugh because I understand what he was getting at, but he kind of ought to know what to do. Quite different mindsets for these two. Very different players, very different attitudes. TEMWA appears to be more happy-go-lucky. Joel's a bit more intense. Rubs a lot of people up the wrong way. Can't imagine what that's like, but so 2 very, very different personalities, and they play very differently as well. Joel's jumped out to a 5-1 lead. TEMWA's just making a couple of errors. Not quite settled into the patterns he'd like to play, I'm sure. So the guys have turned into little TV stars. They've been on the national news a couple of times in the last month. Done a few radio interviews here in New Zealand, and also just this week did a slot for the Around the Court podcast. I was on their 2nd episode last week. It's a podcast put together by Peter Nicol, Arthur Gaskin, a couple of the other guys from North America. No, I don't think only one of them's Canadian, but Irishman, a Scotsman. So the guys had their interview on Friday. So got quite a lot of exposure from all of this media work. And this has got Heather thinking. It's good experience for them. Joel's 20, TEMWA's 19. So the young guys and the exposure they've got recently in terms of dealing with the media has really helped them mature as individuals. It's been a great experience. That's a good pickup. Shooting. Loss of accuracy there from Joel, and TEMWA punished it. TEMWA had a good start to the year. Won the Red Beach Open, which is a local tournament. Little patchy at Henderson, and then came through and won his first PSA satellite at Eden Epsom, the Doug Flint Memorial, sponsored by Barfoot and Thompson. Played very well in that tournament, got a good draw, took advantage of it. Bit lucky, I think. Yeah, so TEMWA had a good run. Joel, not so much. A little bit in a bad headspace start of the year, and just trying to find his way back now, and starting to play a lot better. Guys have been doing a lot of cycling, so in the lockdown we said let's do an endurance block, and they got out on the road bikes and did the Ks. Joel did his first 100 plus K ride a few weeks ago, and they've had a lot of fun doing that. It's been a good way of dealing with difficulty of the lockdown period. So I mean, as a coach, I don't mind my players having a conversation with the referee if it helps them process the situation and move on. So if Joel plays well from this point on, good on him. If he's distracted and lets the decisions get to him, then he shouldn't be out the back of the court talking to the referee. Oh, that's a good squeeze. So TEMWA's tightened it up, brought it back to 4-5. That's a good rally. That's good quality rally from both guys. No lack of intensity here on this court. Guys aren't playing for a lot of prize money, but there's a lot of pride and there's a lot of intensity, let me tell you. Great lob. Stunning shot. It's one thing Thames has been working on this week is getting those lobs up. Certainly paid off then. that's tight. Bit of traffic here. Oh. So conduct warning for Joel there, arguing with the ref. That's a good shot. Both players are quite good at taking a strong backhand volley position and having a choice of shot. Tim was probably the better at it, but Joel demonstrated he's pretty handy at it too. Oh. Play late. Definite high intensity here. Both players frustrated with each other. Need to get the boxing gloves out after this one, I think. That's a good hold and hit from Joel. And he gets a game ball. He takes the first game. Very scrappy first game with contact, very high intensity. We've got a few comments coming through on the live chat, so if anyone's watching this, feel free to vent or otherwise comment on the live chat. Both players getting the warning here from the referee Heather Finley to play a bit more cleanly. Quite a bit of biff in that first one. Nice finish from TEMWA. Joel's a bit slow getting to that. Shouldn't play that shot if he's not able to get up there and cover it. Good hunt from TEMWA. Well, Joel's guilty at the moment. He's played 3 shots in a row that he can't cover. And he's gone short on a couple and played shots to the front that he's not getting up to cover. So definitely not the kind of patterns that he's looking for. TEMWA stepped up. He's volleying a lot more. He's hunting a bit more. And he's getting the result. Shocking flick, gets away with it. That's a good length. So that's what you got to do. Find the back corners. Not all the time. The court's got 4 or 6 corners, depending on how you coach. But when it's cold like this, the guys always default to the front. And as I said much earlier in the broadcast, the back's just as good on this court as the front. That's a good length. Oh, it's a great shot. Tough for Thames there. Joel's ball was up, his pickup was up, but the referee is at a slight angle and she was unsighted, and she's done the right thing for her to ask for them to play a let. Thames is getting pretty frustrated here. Both these guys have a elevated sense of injustice when things aren't quite going their way, so they're both bristling at the moment. That just clung the side wall. We've got a ridiculous gesture of honesty from Tim. He's playing that ball in, and so we're playing a let. Good character. Another tight one. Well, with the angle you guys see, these balls may not appear as tight as they are, but we're a little bit more side on giving the commentary, and this ball is absolutely glued to the side wall down here, I can tell you. That's a great hit. Smart play from Joel to milk that one. Just managed to clip the shoulder on the way through and made it look pretty obvious. Ah, sorry. Yeah. So 6-3. Ball's dying off a bit here. We've had a few bitty points, and it's definitely slowing down. Nice work down this backhand side. That draws the error. We're just seeing better quality in TEMWA's attacks now compared to last week. The straight drops are tighter and straighter. He's now got 6 game balls. Slaughtered. That's a good shot. So I guess we'll find out. Oh, got him. Good variation there. Normally plays that straight and just pulled that across court. Oh, high quality boast. The Chileshe boast, we talked about that yesterday. These guys love firing in the boast. Draws the error and it's back to 2-all. He's got to get that. That's good. Pace has gone up here. I needed to volley that one. Oh. Both players sucking a bit of oxygen here. 3-2 to Thames. Joel just catching the top of the tin. Very high quality rally, that one. Both these players can play these shots from the back. These days everyone trains these shots from all parts of the court, so the risk level is not what perhaps some coaches perceive it to be if they've trained for it and know when to play it. That's a nice cut off. Joel draws the stroke there. It's a nice shot. Good finish. Good finish from Teams. He was frustrated with the pickup. It looked good from here. And Joel played that lob pickup to give himself time to get back in the rally. And he had to do it again on the next shot, but in the end wasn't good enough. The hold and trickle. Oh, he's lucky. He's very lucky there. That's a good shot. So Joel guilty of not hitting such a good shot and then losing concentration. Disappointed with his backhand volley drop and not really stepping up to cover the cross-court kill. He's back on it now. That's a good shot. Nice strong position and then executed the shot pretty well. That's a good hold and punch. Never got into the right position for that. Dumped it in the tin. It's a shame because he'd created a good opening with the hole punch. It's good quality. It's harsh. So we're tied up 7-all. There's a lot of banter on and off the court, I can tell you. That's a great shot. Not good enough length from Joel, and TEMWA chops it in. A lot of chat on the court. The rivalry between these two is pretty intense right now. None of these guys wants to lose, and oh, that's a gritty. You wouldn't think they were good mates, would you? Joel taking his space. Tim's got a huge smile on his face, but that was the right call. 100%. Timms gets the stroke. Exaggerated by his position. He was actually too close to the ball. But Joel didn't get out of the way. 2 game balls. Joel's best shot there. Sort of soft kill on the backhand, taking it early on the half volley with lots of cut. He's gone for it. Nice hands. That's too good. Good shooting from TEMWA, and he takes that one, 11-9, and leads 2-1. So we're back on. Joel's made a shirt change, hoping for the luck of the Irish. The green on. Decent exchange. And the short on short's going to kill him there. A nice hole punch, well rewarded. Very satisfying, he's been working on that. Nice to see that come off. Especially playing someone who knows your game so well. If you can taxi a training partner, you've definitely done the job. Well, we're getting comments through definite 5, but certainly I'd be happy with that, but I'm not so sure. Just get... It's just not wide enough from TEMWA. Joel jumps out to a 3-1 lead. A couple of funny movements at the front there from Thames. Hope they're not a sign that he's starting to struggle. That's a great shot. That's tight. Joel's a bit lucky there. So some signs here, Thames is dropping off a little bit, and he's definitely blowing a little bit. It's as much mental as it is physical. We'll see how he handles it. He's gone for that one. Oh, that's going to be a stroke. Well, he dominated that rally, he got it wrong. He's got to do better than that, Joel. Good. Good quick movement from Thames. Hunted that one. And he's got back within one. Saw that one coming. Oh, that's tight. That is so tight. It's been an area of weakness for Thames, scraping the balls off at the front when they're tight to the wall. He got that right that time. Sloppy area from Joel. Needs to fire up and get some pace and depth going. He's going to get picked off otherwise. That's a huge error. So Joel's letting this get to him at the moment. He's made a couple of bad choices and has given up on the next shot out of sort of total irritation at the shot that he's played. He's got to get back into it and fight for every ball right now. That's tight. He's struggling here to find his composure. It's a bunch of points in a row, and teams is 2 away from taking the title. It's a good shot. So is that. So he drags one back with a couple of high quality shots. That's good width. That's a nice shot. That brings up 4 match balls. Good shot. Oh, that's the time to play that one. Oh, he's going for it. Yeah. Well played, guys. So TEMWA takes the title 3-1. Good comeback from dropping out at the semis last week.